Going to put this in, right? So the 3, 14, 23, 30, 33, 36, and 37, and 39. Okay, so there's 8 numbers left here. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, one of these numbers has a high probability of hitting, all right? And at least another number, and I'm only saying one, right? There's a chance of 2, 3, right? I wouldn't go more than 3. I would probably play it safe and go with 2 of these numbers, where it will miss by 1, and one of these numbers will actually hit. All right. So it's a little bit long line of numbers. All right. I've seen it where it's missed it twice, never more than that. But I would definitely focus on this line too. And in this case, as I said, 44 did hit. And I think it will probably at this point start averaging things out a little bit. So now with the 4, 5, 10, 13, 32, and 44, I'm gonna say don't repeat any of those. I could be wrong, and I'm basically almost like 60% sure it's not gonna repeat any of those numbers. Let's also look at that third target, all right, the 38, 39, 40, 41, and 42, which is, if you kind of look at that, that also follows the 37, 39, 41, and 43. And we both know that one of these numbers are going to hit, so I'm going to tell you right now that that third target's going to hit because that thing's also being heavily due. And it's so if you look at that middle one, which is 43, 2, 5, and 8, again, that's that's got a good probability of hitting one of those numbers or being off by 1 from 2 of those numbers. So again, I'd give that a focus. Welcome back, guys. First thing I'm going to ask is, did we get any winners or anyone even close? All right, so let's go ahead, and what we'll do is we'll just kind of move forward with this. This game we did pretty good. It was these numbers were all called for. They were out there, and it was pretty good, particularly with the new splitters. Right, it seems to have worked pretty well in this particular game. All right, so let's start with the October 13th, 2021 results. All right, so the one thing you'll notice is we had one long line of numbers, and then there was the 5 times missed pattern, right? So that missed it 5 times, which is a huge amount. So I was convinced, guys. I was convinced 41 or 43, right? And the result turned out to be 42 and 44. So I did win, some money on this one. I only played 1 ticket, and I was able to get the number 2. I was able to get the number 42, and what I did is I ended up actually doing 42 with 43, and number 33 was the other one too. So I was able to get these numbers in, but the rest were off. Oh boy, I wish I had that 44. I wish it went to 44 instead of 43. But either way, so be it. All right, so let's go ahead, and what we'll do is we'll start off with moving the splitters to the side, and we'll go through these results and we'll start crossing them off so we could move forward to the next game. All right, so the first result was the number 2, and if you could see the splitters totally, it selected the number 2 plus one of the patterns there. And then we got the number 24, which hit one of the targets. And then we got the number 33, which hit the middle target, and it also hit that line of numbers. And I didn't know what to call this. Probably some sort of guidance. But the one thing that I did know that one of these numbers were definitely going to hit, and one or two of these numbers were going to be off by 1. All right, so let's go to the next number, which is the number 42. There you go, the third target. And this was a target that was very much overdue. And of course, there's your long line of missed numbers, and 42 did hit, all right? And then finally, the number 44, which repeated from the game before. So a bit of a bummer there, but that's just how the lottery works. And if you looked at the patterns, which is the 40, 42, 44, 2, and 4, 3 of those numbers hit that particular pattern. So a bit of a bummer on that one, but either way, we did pretty okay with this one. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll look at the October 16th, 2021. And let's start with the 2 targets, all right? So we got the 2 targets from 8 to 12, and then the other one is 11 through 15. Now, this is something I would probably focus probably on that 11 and 12, all right? Because that's going to be something that probably will hit. But we'll do kind of a comparison with what else came up, right? All right, so let's go to now, and again, these are numbers that you're going to get either one that would hit, and 1 or 2 that will be off by 1. So again, this is again a good reference, so we could kind of do almost like a comparison with all the other results. And this is pretty strong, guys. This is I'm going to be including this in every game from now on. Because it does hit, and it does hit pretty well. Don't select 2 of these numbers. I wouldn't do that, but I've been wrong again, so you never know. But I wouldn't do it. I would only choose 1 of these numbers to hit, and then choose probably 2 of these numbers to be off by 1. Right? All right. So let's go to the long line. Now, this is something that is unique, guys, because I've never seen 7 of these numbers. Generally, it's 6, but not in this case. This is 7, so I would probably pay pretty close attention to this one. All right. Okay, so let's go to the splitters. This is something that is new, and there you've got your 8, 11. That's the one that missed by 1. And then the results for this one, and you got 2 more results here. And again, you could actually look at, believe it or not, that number, that 8 and 11, which matches the 8 and 11 on the second group, right? And look at that. Remember, I said it was going to be that 11, 12 is something to kind of like focus on. You might have to have a look at this seriously, guys, because you might actually hit either an 11 or a 12. So something to consider, right? All right, so let's go to the next one. These are the patterns, and we got now 6 missed patterns on the top right hand corner, and 4 times missed patterns on the top right hand corner too. This is something I would again, put a lot of weight on, all right? Because this is something that I think would be due and heavily due. So again, it will give you a good idea as far as what direction to go for when you're playing this game for tomorrow night. All right. So let's go to the October 13th, 2021 result, and 2, 19, 24, 33, 42, and 44. These are either gonna hit or it's going to be missing by 1. And again, I'm gonna stress that I don't think it's going to repeat any of these numbers. But boy, I was wrong the last time. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be right this time or wrong. Either way, that's again another kind of good reference to play the for the next game. All right. Okay, so in order of importance, I want to go through this from the most important, the one thing I want you guys to pay attention to more, to the least important. All right, so let's start with the 37, 39, 41, and 43, the 6 times missed pattern. All right. So because we have that 42, 43, and we have that 41, 43, something to look at. But again, it's I gotta say it's got to hit one of these numbers, right? And it'd be bizarre if it doesn't. But I would focus on these 4 numbers, probably more on the 41, 43. And because I've been wrong in the past, maybe you guys want to do a 37, 39. All right. All right, so the second most important, all right, is the 4-time missed patterns, the 23, 25, 27, and 29, 34, 36, 38, and 40. All right, so one thing I've noticed in the past, all right, so if you kind of like, look at that 36, 38, 40 with the 37, 39, 41, and 43, the 2 lines right there, it generally misses one of those and hits the other. So this is actually a pretty good reference to also to kind of like choose, and it kind of almost confirms that 6 times missed pattern. So I don't know. I'd be interested in see how this is going to turn out. But I would probably I would definitely put more weight on the 6 times missed pattern. And just kind of use the 36, 38, 40 on that 4 times missed pattern as a reference, all right, to confirm that. So that might actually miss. The 34 through 40 might miss, and then it should clear out the 37 through 43. All right, so let's go through the next line, and this is what I find the next important thing to look at. This will be definitely where you're gonna get 2 off by 1 and 1 that would hit, and pay attention to that 2930 because those are 2 numbers next to each other. So there's a little bit more weight on that, and then these 3 numbers here, guys, the 36, 39, and 14. Boy, I'll tell you, there is a good probability that these numbers are either going to miss by 1 or they're going to hit. All right, and probably I'd put more weight on 36, 39. I know the 14 kind of matches one of the targets above it, but there's basically almost like a long line of numbers that have not been selected. And these are the kind of final 2 numbers that was in that general area, that hot area. So I would probably pay a little bit more attention on the 36, 39. But again, lottery does weird things, and it's up to you what you guys want to do with this. All right. So let's go to the next important thing, and that is the last week's result. All right, and again, if you look at the history of the lottery, very, very rarely do you see one game that doesn't even come close to the game before that. All right, so there's always some sort of kind of either a repeater or it's off by 1 with 2 of these numbers. All right, so I would, and really, it is 2 of these numbers. It's not where you're just going to get one that's either off by 1 or hits it, and nothing else comes close. There's 2 numbers here that I would definitely pay attention to, and because we have that 6 times missed pattern, and we have that 42, 44, I would definitely put a lot of importance on that 42, 44. But again, we got 4 other numbers there, and it's again up to you guys how you want to kind of select this. But I would definitely go to that 42, 44. All right, the next important, numbers basically to kind of look at is the longer lines for the patterns for the one missed pattern and just the pattern for this particular game. The 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12, and of course the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now remember I told you from before, when you have something like this, and it's almost like it matches, one's on in the odds and the other one's in the evens, I would seriously consider looking at maybe more for the 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, or obviously the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and not select anything for that 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. All right. Again, that would be a direction I would go, and see if that 1 through 9 will end up missing and going to obviously the 2 times missed, and then obviously come up on the very next game. All right, so let's go to now the splitters. Right now, the reason I gave this, I put this on the kind of lower scale as far as the importance goes, is because this is something that is new. It did a real good job the last game, where it was able to, hit one of those numbers, and then it was off by 1 with the other. So I would again look at this very closely, and definitely look and focus on the 8, 11, numbers, right? Because it's been repeating it, and it also kind of matches the 11 and 12 on the targets, right? So something to kind of consider, right? Then again, guys, you could also do something a little bit weird, and again, this is something that is new. You can look at that 14, 2, and 5 and just say, you know what, I'm not going to go for the what's considered to be hot. I'm just going to go for where it's there, and it's just not something that is matching really anything else, right? All right, so let's go to now the long line of numbers. Now, again, this is something that is definitely different, guys, because it's 7 numbers. I've never seen 7 numbers in the past. So, and I think this has got to do a lot with where we've had a number of games played where that 4 and 10 and 6 kept on repeating itself. So, and nothing in the 40s, or even in the mid to late 30s kind of thing. So it's hitting targets on half the board, but not on the other half. So I would have to say in this case, when we're looking at that 42-44 for the October 13th result, it's got to kind of like catch up, right? So I would probably put some emphasis on this, and look at that that 41 and 43, because it matches the 6 times missed pattern. All right, and then finally, guys, the 2 targets, in particular, I would be looking at that 11-12, because of the splitters, and I've seen it with other patterns too, right? So I would definitely look, maybe I'm gonna have to say 11. Let's see if I get this one right. But I would definitely look into that and see what where it goes. All right, guys. So look, I've given you a direction. I've given you kind of like an idea of where this is going to head. And if you looked at my past videos, I've been pretty good with about this. So I hope hopefully you guys will be looking at this and at least know where to go, and even more importantly, find the correct 6 numbers, right? Because I want you guys to win this, right? All right. Either way, look, have a good weekend. Don't play too many tickets here. I don't want to see anyone out there spending about $100 for this. But at least put in about $5, maybe $10, and then see if if you get some money back, or maybe the jackpot. Who knows, right? All right. Oh yeah, and finally, guys, please be sure to press that subscribe button, and tell your friends about this too. I've never asked you guys to do that, but put this on Facebook or whatever it is, because anyone who lives in Arizona and anyone who loves to play the pick, I think would love this, right? Because at least they'll have some sort of idea of where those results will be. So definitely spread the word and press that subscribe button. All right, guys, have a good weekend and good luck.